All right, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all another episode of Run It With You. And today we got to run about India Love. India Love, we need you to come to the front of the congregation, man. This is something we got to speak about. And right now, there's been a whole debate going on uh, coming into the industry when she was very young, maybe like 17, 18, 19 years old. Was she groomed or is she lacking accountability? A lot of people are, you know, feeling like this just hoes going through their face once they hit 30. They try to you know wash away all their holiness by running to religion. They see a wall closing in on them. Their friends getting married, family members getting married, and they still not married. And no matter how much money they got, female do not like paying their bills all the time. They want a man that can just always take care of that, not just cycling through men for periods at a time. And some people are sympathizing with her, saying, man, she came in this industry, very young, and a lot of the older guys were taking advantage of her, grooming her. Guys like the game who already has a charge out there. So we're gonna go ahead and react to the viral clip that's been going viral without further ado, and we're gonna just go ahead on and assess it together.
I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my teenage phase. I went through a lot in my 20s. I made a lot of mistakes, and there was a lot of people who drugged me through the dirt for it. And I believed it for a long time. I wasn't nice to myself because of what others said about me until I knew who I really was and whose I really was, which is yours, Lord. Now nobody can shake how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I view myself. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my teen.
All right, just that little one clip right there went hella viral. I'm talking about millions of views, hella quotes, hella comments. Um, India Love, man. I remember when I first heard about India Love so long ago, man. I thought she was just so beautiful, bro, and she still is beautiful. She aged very, very well, and she got a BBL body, I believe, but one of the best in the game. I don't think that she needed it. Like, she could have just stayed natural, but that's neither here nor there. She came into this game very young. Her and her family were very popular in the LA area, and they was pretty much trying to be the next Kardashian family. They had their own show called Keeping Up with the Westbrooks, and out there in LA is, of course, a lot of famous athletes, a lot of entertainers, a lot of rappers, a lot of singers. And these guys gonna get a hold of you when you that new it girl. And she was the new it girl, but the thing was she was very young. So the game, he was messing with her while she was very young. She was maybe 18 or so. He was in his 30s already. In the game, he didn't already ran through the whole Kardashian family, ironically. But a lot of people are feeling like, that was grooming at the time. Like, she didn't know no better. But a lot of people feel like she knew exactly what she was doing. It wasn't grooming, and she knew better when she was getting these gifts. She knew better when she was getting these Gucci bags. She knew better when she was going on these trips, getting these deposits in her checking account, you know, getting all these nice heels, getting all these nice clothes. You can't have your cake and eat it too. And I also believe two things can be true at once. Yes, can be predatory and grooming, but she can also be, predatory, preying on these rich men to try to, get her one. And she went through a lot of them. She was a community ball for years, and now she's getting into this streaming world off who? Another man, DDG, put her on, you know, and it worked. She's, a pretty successful streamer right now, and she's older. A lot of these streamers, they very young, but she's older and she's holding her own because she still look gorgeous, you know. The funny thing about this, not too long after this, she was back twerking. And a lot of narrative that's going on about her right now, she'll do something and then cry about it and then ask for forgiveness for Lord, and she won't do it again, and then she'll be back doing it. Like, she was supposed to I think stopped drinking. Then she was back drinking. She was supposed to start carrying herself in a different light. That she was still twerking. She was still, carrying herself sexually. And this even after she was telling girls on DDG show stop carrying themselves sexually. You know, um, to me, that's one thing that could lower your value as a woman. Just be looked at as a sexual object or be in a sexual manner. It's just some women you could admire their beauty, but you also ain't gonna play with them in a sexual type of way, like Savannah James. Savannah James, I think people have hold her in higher respect, but they would never make no sexual, remarks about her because she don't carry herself that way. And that's one thing I think LeBron is really winning with off the court. She also has very nice skin that I like, that golden caramel butter pecan skin. I love that. But another thing that people are pointing out is India Love is 30 years old, and this the usual phase that they go through. Especially when they're not married. They look around, their friends married. They look around, their peers are married, their family getting married, but they once they hit 30, they feel like the wall's closing in. Even if you're making a lot of money, women don't like paying their own bills or cycling through men to pay their own bills. They want just that one man, just that safety net, security, pay all the bills, And it's hard when you just constantly getting sexualized by people, and every man that's coming up to you been having a crush on you since, probably high school. It's a lot of football players, it's a lot of basketball players, a lot of rappers, a lot of streamers. They getting on, they getting access to her. They finally got the chance to talk to her, and they've been having a crush on her for years. And they don't see her as a partner. They see her as a sex object. They just want her under her belt, under their belt. That's all that is. And she just going through the same cycle of dealing with a dude, and after he didn't got what he wanted, he out because he's not going to take her serious. Because what man would want to take a female like her serious because she left an imprint on this social media with a bad digital imprint. She got a bad digital footprint. You know what I'm saying? Like that picture with the game where she getting fingered in the park and he putting it in her mouth. Like they always talk about, she'll never be able to shake that. And that's one thing about these streamers. They literally growing up online and they making certain decisions that'll follow them for the rest of their life on their digital footprint. And people will always remember that about you, you know? And it's hard to shake. And can she get a man? Yes, but is it going to be the man that she wants is the question. They can always get a man, but is it going to be the man that she wants? One girl that I think successfully did this is Jocelyn. I honestly believe Jocelyn is with a man that she wants. And it's been long-term successful. It's been over 5 years they've been together. Got a child together. So, you know, but in most cases, it don't turn out like that. Everybody ain't gonna be a Jocelyn. Everybody ain't gonna be a Sierra. You know, a lot of people are gonna end up like India Love, you know, and just be perpetually single. And a lot of times, they try to feel like the walls is closing in on them, and they say, "Okay, well, I gotta turn to God. I gotta turn to a religion. I gotta turn to Muslim. I gotta." Whatever man that they chasing, if that man is following said religion, that's the religion that they're gonna be. So they're not even doing it for themselves; they're doing it for a man. We see it with Brittany Renner. She became Muslim for Kevin Gates. Now she stopped doing that as soon as they broke up, and now she a Christian for another man. You know, a lot of people are feeling like that's wrong because you're playing with religion. You can't be doing that. You can't just be hopping like that. You know, like changing religion ain't going from fried chicken to grilled chicken. That's a big deal. Ask the people who going through Ramadan right now. So, you know, and like I say, man, right after this, she started twerking and stuff and dancing, and carrying herself in that same type of light. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to try to be dedicated to something, you got to take it serious. But a lot of people feel like ain't nothing wrong with twerking. You know, sometimes you got to twerk through the pain. You got to twerk through the trauma. It's almost like making a joke to ease the pain, you know. But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Was she being groomed at the young age that she came in the game in? Her and the likes of girls like Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose was like 16 in rap videos, and these rappers was actually messing with her while she was like 16. Like literal people like Cardi and Chief Keef. Like all this been out here. Bad Baby, the Catch Me Outside girl. Like a lot of these girls been young, and uh these dudes been older, and uh, you know. Now India Love, when she was with the game, I know she was for sure 18 because the game was just running around with her, in all in the tabloids, all in the paparazzi. I know for sure. Now was he messing with her before that? I don't know, because some of these dudes be red shirting these females, just hanging out with them until they turn 18. That's what Tiger was doing with Kylie Jenner. I think Tiger was messing with Kylie Jenner before she was 18, but she was like messing with her out the country. So is going to a different country where it's legal at, where she would be legal in this country, and then come back and then just kick it with her and chill. So people, it's some crazy stuff people are doing. Some crazy stuff people are doing for these young women, you know. But I want to know what y'all think down in the comment section. Is she lacking accountability? Or was the game wrong for messing with her? When he was that age and other men like him, or she knew exactly what she was doing. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You know. Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you experienced this, let me know down in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you like the video, and if you're not subscribed, what you're waiting on. Until next time, I'm out.